ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of LDN Capital TV. I'm your host Fiona Fox, and in today's main event, Ashe will go head-to-head with the always sneaky Phil Powers. Also on today's show, I'll have an update on who might be the next man to challenge John Ritchie for the British Championship. So let's go ringside.
This is London.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome indeed to another episode of LDN Capital TV. My name is Mr. TV, John Atkins, and making his way to the ring, their counsellor, Jonathan Hardwick. Jonathan Hardwick, of course, the local council's representative.
I've come out here to announce the entrance of the man who's going to be dominating British wrestling, who's dominated every man he has taken on so far. He hails from anywhere but here. He weighs 32 stone. Hugh Mungas.
Well, the council are doing a little bit of guest ring announcing there. And he is announcing the latest monster here in LDN. The absolutely enormous Hugh Mungas. Hugh Mungas by name, Hugh Mungas by nature. And you'll notice he is accompanied to the ring by the LDN British Heavyweight Champion, the notorious John Ritchie. What an unholy alliance these two gentlemen have formed in recent weeks here on Capital TV. You've got to wonder what's in it for both men. Does not look to be in the best mood. How is that going to bode for his opponent here this evening, the former LDN British champion, Tex Benedict? The London, Arizona native stock has fallen quite dramatically since losing that belt in rather controversial circumstances to John Ritchie. Never quite recaptured the heights that he was at before Christmas last year as the LDN champion.
And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent hails from London, Arizona, weighing in at 12 stone. He is the former LDN British champion, Tex Benedict.
Indeed he is, Tex Benedict. He has had a rotten string of luck for the last couple of months, but he is still one of the most popular wrestlers on the LDN roster. And he has still got to consider himself a top contender for John Ritchie's belt. And if he can plough his way through Hugh Mungas, then maybe he will be in line for another shot somewhere down the line. Hugh Mungas stopping the Motor Cookie. I'm not entirely sure how seriously he's taking this matchup. And frankly, with a man of his recent win-loss record, I think you're going to want to be a bit more focused than that. He's having a good time slapping the hand to the fans. But he's munching on a biscuit, and that is not good preparation when you're taking on a man of Hugh Mungas. Or maybe it is, maybe he's trying to bulk up. Maybe he's going on the Hugh Mungas diet. And if he is, it's too little too late, no doubt about that. Nonetheless, the fans very solidly behind Tex Benedict. And he's not backing down. He is not backing down to the much larger Hugh Mungas. We heard ring announcer Steve Litton announce the two competitors, 12 stone compared to the 32 stone of Hugh Mungas. That's right, Mungus outweighs Tex Benedict by 20 stone. And it's pretty obvious how that weight differential is going to come into play in this bout. Tex Benedict is going to have to use his speed and his agility to stay out of the way of Hugh Mungas. He's going to have to avoid those splashes and those slams that Mungus likes to employ. He is going to have to be very light-footed indeed. And indeed, Benedict rightly complaining to the referee about the ringside presence of the LDN champion, John Ritchie. Plenty of bad blood between Benedict and Ritchie. And you can absolutely guarantee Tex Benedict hasn't forgotten. Well, a collar and elbow type, and that was a mistake from Tex Benedict. And I think that more than anything is what the presence of John Ritchie is going to do to Tex Benedict. It's going to throw him off his game. It's going to put him off. Benedict wouldn't normally have gone straight in for a collar and elbow type with a man the size of Hugh Mungas. But I think he's distracted by Ritchie at ringside. Well, credit to Benedict, he's going back where he failed once. But similar or worse results second time round. Really going to have to rethink his strategy. You know, Hugh Mungas is a real monster here in LDN. We saw him a couple of weeks ago in his LDN debut. He squashed little Jimmy Osmond. And then just last week, the alliance between Mungus and the British champion, John Ritchie, was revealed. And then earlier this afternoon, before we went on air here on LDN Capital TV, Hugh Mungas came out and issued his Hugh Mungas Slam Challenge. They issued an open challenge to anyone in the LDN locker room to see if they could pick him up and slam him. Nobody could. And let me tell you, a couple left with very sore backs indeed, and one young trainee was actually carried out of the arena on a stretcher. Let's hope Tex Benedict fares a little better. Very nice break there from Tex Benedict. An American wrestler by nationality, but hugely influenced by the British style. And that's why he's made a real home for himself here in LDN. Home of the Spirit League. Benedict grew up watching all the greats. Johnny Kidd, Steve Gray, Brian Maxine, wrestlers you will still see here today, here in LDN on Capital TV. And again, a very traditional World of Sport style reversal from Tex Benedict, showing something that I've often mentioned. Oh my, a big clothesline there from Hugh Mungas. And I've often said it here on Capital TV, folks. 9 times out of 10, a good wrestler will beat a good fighter. And I don't care how big you are or how much muscle you've got. If you have got the technical know-how and the scientific knowledge, you can often defeat a foe 2 or 3 times your size. And Hugh Mungas is literally 2.5 times the size of Tex Benedict. I've got no doubt that Tex Benedict could defeat Hugh Mungas. But can he defeat Hugh Mungas with John Ritchie in his corner? So far it would appear not. But we will wait until the final bell rings before we see whose hand the referee is holding up. Big slam there from Hugh Mungas. Just knocking every ounce of wind out of the body of Tex Benedict. Back into that headlock from Hugh Mungas. And there is literally nowhere for Tex Benedict to go. I don't know how he's going to get out of this one. Open-handed strike there from Benedict. And Mungus just knocking Benedict to the floor there. Absolute disregard for his opponent. Stomping his face into the mat. Very humiliating indeed for a wrestler the stature of Tex Benedict. And Benedict's again distracted by John Ritchie and again gets caught from behind by Hugh Mungas. Ritchie there providing the distraction. And I think I'm beginning to see what's in it for both these guys. Hugh Mungas getting the benefit of John Ritchie's experience and his distraction. And of course, John Ritchie, well, he can see close up what Hugh Mungas can do. And I would say it's better to have a guy like that on your side than on the opposite side of the ring from you. And you've got to believe John Ritchie can see what a threat Hugh Mungas could be to his championship. And that's clearly why he's keeping him sweet. Keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. But Benedict's back up and he is back down. And so far, Tex Benedict having no luck whatsoever in this bout. Well, through the legs of Hugh Mungas, attempts the third or fourth shoulder barge. Similarly luckless. And Benedict really going to have to rethink his strategy. And that's more like it. He is going to have to outrun and outthink Hugh Mungas. He is not going to be able to knock him down. He is not going to be able to do it. I don't care how many times he comes off the ropes. Oh, and now Benedict is in trouble. Benedict is in trouble. He is caught up in the ropes. And John Ritchie applying a nerve hold from behind. Come on, ref. Come on, referee, turn around. Let's sort this out. Benedict is in a whole load of trouble here. Careful. That is going to have taken so much out of Tex Benedict. He had his shoulders pinned behind his head. Maybe for 30 seconds or more. And that could do some serious damage to the shoulder joints. Oh, a big slap there from Hugh Mungas. Absolutely knocking the taste out of Hugh Benedict. And look at the eyes of Benedict, absolutely lifeless. Hugh Mungas is an absolute monster. He might just be unstoppable. Delayed vertical suplex there from Mungas. Just sending the blood rushing to the head of Tex Benedict before slamming him hard on the mat. Benedict totally disorientated now, and he has got nowhere to go. He is backing off into the corner, but he has got nowhere to go. And I think he knows it. The look of sheer resignation in his eyes. Whipped from pillar to post, and Mungus falls down. Mungus falls down. And that might have been the break that Benedict needed. Goes for the drop kick. Little or no effect. This time comes off the second rope. What's he coming off with? A missile drop kick from the second rope, but Mungus is down. Mungus is down, finally. He was caught out by his own momentum. He bought Benedict some time, but John Ritchie up on the ropes. Yet again, another distraction. Mungus able to take advantage. Up and oh my goodness. And just like that, it's all over. Just like that, it is all over. The distraction from John Ritchie with the water bottle, the ring apron. A sit-up power later from Hugh Mungas. And 3 seconds later, the matchup is over. And the reign of the monster continues here in LDN. Another big win for Hugh Mungas. And it's back to the drawing board for Tex Benedict. And Benedict has been having a rotten time of it of late. And things are only getting worse for him now. Hugh Mungas Mungus and John Ritchie being led backstage by local councillor Jonathan Hardwick. The man technically in charge of LDN until Sanjay Bagga is able to sort out his financial irregularities. But one really has to feel for Tex Benedict.
This is London. This is London.
Hello and welcome to the London Eye. Last week we saw John Ritchie, the British champion, successfully retain his title once again. Many experts have been highly impressed with the veteran competitor, as many have seen John Ritchie take his fitness and competitive nature to another level. What also helps the notorious champion is the monster Hugh Mungas, who is showing himself as a force to be reckoned with here in LDN. Mr Mungus has also acquired a managerial licence and will be allowed to accompany John Ritchie to the ring for the foreseeable future. On a related note, who is the next man in line for a British Championship shot? Despite a valiant effort, Mike Mendoza came up short of winning the title, and now many competitors within LDN are petitioning to be the next #1 contender. LDN management have not yet reached a decision, but when they do, you'll hear it first in the London Eye. And finally, next week is the deadline for LDN owner Sanjay Bagga to pay off the company's tax bill to the London Council. Will Sanjay Bagga be able to afford the bill that's been given to him? Make sure you join me next week when we find out not only the fate of the LDN owner, but also the future of LDN as a company. I've been Fiona Fox. See you next week.
Sure you're ready?
Coming to the ring, weighing in at 15 stone, 7 pounds, Filthy Phil Powers.
This is your main event, fans, this week here on LDN Capital TV. One of the most experienced members of the LDN roster here, Filthy Phil Powers. He is going to be taking on the former LDN British champion and ever popular Ashe. Phil Powers, very experienced, very lengthy career, very successful career. Now competing here in LDN and looking to make a big name for himself here on Capital TV tonight.
And his opponent from Chesterton, Hertfordshire, coming to the ring, weighing in at 16 stone, 2 pounds, here is Ashe!
I've got a feeling Filthy Phil Powers is going to have his hands full with Ashe. Ashe, the former LDN British champion, took an extended leave of absence for several months due to what was believed to be a career-ending shoulder injury. However, after undergoing minor surgery and months of rehabilitation, he has finally been able to make a comeback. And believe you me, he has been been a marked man since his return, facing, amongst others, Ricky Hyde, the Dominator, and now here tonight, Phil Powers. And we saw things did not end too well for him against the Dominator a couple of weeks back. He won the match as a result of a disqualification, but he was absolutely not silly in the process. Now here tonight he's taking on Phil Powers, a man he's certainly closer in size to. Both men veterans of the British scene. Ashe more established with the LDN fans. Phil Powers, as I say, very, very experienced, wily veteran. He's going to have a couple of tricks up his sleeve, believe you me. Well, this contest is one full to a finish. And Ashe just getting the fans behind him. Trying to get some adrenaline flowing. And Phil Powers looking to put a stop to that very quickly indeed. Impressive mat wrestling from Powers and Ashe. Nice go behind, good takedown. And Phil Powers with a beautiful front face lock, just rubbing the face of Ashe right in that mat. Ashe reverses into the wrist lock. Phil Powers with the roll through. Nice reversal. Do not underestimate Phil Powers.
Why don't you shut up, you stupid little git?
Well, there's no need for that. Powers taking some time out to personally insult a member of the LDN audience. He is not going to endear himself to the fans that way. But again, I would imagine he's not too concerned about winning the fans over anyway. He's just here to score the win, pick up his paycheck, and go home. Snapmare takedown reversed into an armbar. And so far, Ashe having a couple of problems here with Phil Powers. Unable to get any momentum going. And Phil Powers really dominating in this contest against the former LDN British champion. Phil Powers very athletic. And very well schooled in basic technical wrestling to boot. No shortage of confidence either. And so far, Ashe has barely got a look in. This contest has been all Phil Powers, and Ashe is going to need to do something very soon if he wants to pick up the win here tonight on Capital TV. That might be one way of doing it. Drop kick to follow up. And Phil Powers is shaken. Ashe now going to the outside, climbing up the top turnbuckle. He launches himself off with a crossbody into a cover of just a 2 count. And Phil Powers a little bit taken aback there by his reversal of fortunes.
This is London. This is London.
Indeed, Phil Powers absolutely nonplussed by that chain of events. And he is brought back into the ring the hard way. Cover gets 2 from Ashe. And Ashe would love to score the win here tonight. Much like Tex Benedict, since losing the championship, he has not had the best string of luck. And a very dubious win-loss record of late. He'd like to score a couple of big wins over opponents of the caliber of Phil Powers to really just boost himself up in the LDN rankings and maybe be in line for a shot sooner rather than later against the LDN British champion John Ritchie. Powers drops the knee to the head of Ashe. And Ashe absolutely writhing on the mat there. Totally in agony. And so far, Phil Powers very methodical, very measured attack. Follows up with a second knee on Ashe. And no wasted motion, but maybe he could do with spending a little less time chatting with the fans and a bit more time pressing home his advantage over Ashe. Instead, he's giving Ashe the chance to recover, and that's a mistake he might live to regret, because Ashe gets a foot up, Ashe gets a boot up, and now Phil Powers is in the corner, and Ashe is up top. Ashe is climbing up to the ropes, and he is coming off. Who's that? It's Ricky Hype. Ricky Hype coming out from the backstage area. No one saw him coming, and he just knocked Ashe from the top rope. A chop there from Phil Powers. Sends Ashe to the outside. Distracts the referee, and Ricky Hype is laying on the beating on the outside of the ring. Hype and Ashe have had their problems from day one. And Ricky Hype absolutely pummeling, absolutely destroying Ashe on the outside. The referee's attention's fully occupied with Phil Powers back in the ring. And now Hype, satisfied with a job well done, returns to the locker room area, leaving Phil Powers with easy pickings. And again, Powers seeming a little bit more concerned with chatting with the fans than getting the cover. And that's a pretty arrogant cover, I don't mind telling you. He didn't hook the leg. He didn't even press his full weight against the body of Ashe. I'm sorry, but when you're wrestling a former LDN British champion, if you don't hook the leg, you don't deserve to get a 3 count. Ashe performing the involuntary splits there. And Powers continuing the assault on the right leg. In particular, that knee joint. And now Phil Powers looks like he might be going up top as well. And that doesn't bode well for Ashe. Phil Powers on the top turnbuckle. Comes off with a frog splash, and that should be enough. 1 and a 2. And did he pull Ashe up? Well, I think Ashe kicked out of that one. But that was so close indeed. Just chokes out Ashe on the top rope. And now Phil Powers up a second time, back onto the top turnbuckle. Ashe back to his feet, not for long. That was an outstanding maneuver. But again, where's Powers gone? He should be following it up with a cover, not arguing with the referee. Again, another lackadaisical cover. And again, another 2 count. And the arrogant Powers literally unable to comprehend why he hasn't put Ashe away yet. Swinging neckbreaker might be enough, though. Here's the cover. And again, just a 2 count. And again, he failed to hook the leg. And he failed to really establish his weight over the body of Ashe. A damaging chop to the chest. And a textbook suplex. Powers comes out of the corner. And a beautiful somersault splash. That could have caused some serious damage to the ribs of Ashe. And a leg drop over the top, a springboard leg drop. Might be enough to put the former champ away. And again, Powers just showboating. Arguing with the referee and showboating to the fans, instead of concentrating on putting Ashe away. And Ashe with the inside cradle, here's a cover. And a 2 count from Ashe. And that was very close. And that surely caught Phil Powers off guard. And that could have been very embarrassing indeed for filthy Phil Powers. Powers, an established veteran on the British scene, still largely unknown here in LDN. He would love to pick up the win here on Capital TV in the main event. He'd love to become a top contender for the championship. And he was very nearly humiliated by Ashe with that inside cradle. Comes off the top with a beautiful leg drop. Powers has got all the talent in the world. He's just got a terrible attitude. Look at that, he's smirking at his opponent, just slapping him in the face. Posing to the fans, and he's going back up top when he should be going for the cover. But he hits it, in fairness to him, he hits it. The second leg drop from the top rope. But why is he not going for the pinfall? Why is he not trying to put Ashe away? Come on, Powers. You've hit him twice with the leg drop off the top rope. A third one would just be sadistic. I can't understand the logic behind this. His attitude is bamboozling. But he's on the top turnbuckle again. And a mock salute to the fans, and this time Ashe is out of the way. And that was a huge mistake from Phil Powers. He went for that third leg drop off the top. He went to the well at least once too often. He gets caught up by Ashe, and he is punted in the gut. And hung out to dry on the top rope. And he gets caught in the unmentionables again. And a side suplex for good measure. And now Ashe with the cover. And Ashe does try and hook the leg.
This is London. This is London.
Ashe now looking for a running power slam. And Hype pulls it out. Hype, he's back again. Where did he come from? Was he hiding under the ring? Unbelievable. Oh, and now he's grabbed the leg of Ashe. Come on, referee, sort it out. Send him to the back. Phil Powers with a bridge suplex. And he's done it. Thanks to the interference of Ricky Hype, Phil Powers has put Ashe away. He has defeated the former champion.
Here is your winner, Filthy Phil Powers.
Well, just 1 second, Mungus has come out. The Mediterranean sensation Mungus. He has come from the backstage area and he's explained to the referee exactly what went on. And now the referee having a word with our ring announcer, Steve Litton.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to outside interference, the referee has disallowed the fall and ordered the match to continue.
Well, the match is continuing. And Hype sent to the floor, and a roll-up from Ashe, and 3 seconds later it's all over. A fantastic win there for Ashe.
Here is your winner, Ashe.
What a win, and what a humiliating defeat for Phil Powers. And it's thanks to Mungus that the matchup continues. That would have been an absolute miscarriage of justice. But Mungus came out, he explained the situation to the referee. The initial decision was overturned. Phil Powers spent too much time arguing with the ring announcer and the official. Ashe with the roll-up. 1, 2, 3, and a big win for the former champion. And Phil Powers is furious. And he has got only himself to blame.
Hey, Ware! I better make some noise for Ware!
Ashe now with the microphone.
Powers! Nice try. Nice try. At the end of the day, I got my hand raised. And I think every single person here knows that I'm the winner and you're the loser. Loser!
Ashe with his hand raised by his friend Yorgos.
Just 1 second there, announcer. Now, if I remember rightly, Yorgos here likes to dance. Now, you've all seen Yorgos dance. Me, I have no rhythm at all, but you will see Ashe dance with Yorgos. Who wants to get in a ring and dance with Ashe and Yorgos?
You know what? I'd like a piece of that.
You the big hand. Little fella, come on in.
Who wants to dance with Yorgos? Yes, please.
Get in.
What a great way to celebrate Ashe's win here tonight. Let's go get in the ring. Let's have a dance with Yorgos. Fans, my name's Mr. TV, John Atkins. Your winner here tonight is Ashe. And we'll see you next time. I'm getting in the ring to dance.
Now, bear with me. Yorgos is going to have to lead this because I don't know. Yorgos, take the floor. Circle, everyone.
Last month, I had a meeting with Sean Herbert, and I'm pleased to announce that LDN Wrestling has signed a TV deal with the wrestling channel.
London.